So that's unusual. But my mother's name is actually Suleika, which is an ironic and a very beautiful name. It means good script. And she has the worst handwriting in the world, she'll admit it. But her name was Suleika, that's what she was registered in school as and all of that. But she was a very, very light-skinned, beautiful little child. And she was definitely her father's pet. And when he built his house, he named it Lily Cottage. And so he called her Lily, because this is a cottage for Lily in some ways. So she always sort of thought, when I was growing up, I thought the cottage was named for my mother. That's not true. The house he bought, he named Lily Cottage, and then he said, well, she is the Lily. I mean, she's just perfectly sort of pink and lovely and fair and all of that, so she's Lily. That's how the name
I'm sure that when I finally build my retirement home in Tiruvananthapuram, it will be called Lily Cottage. So we can bring it around full circle.
More power to her.
Hello everyone, I'm Sanjida and I'm from Kolkata.
Oh, lovely.
So I'm a student of literature, so I'm quite interested to know about the title of this book, especially the subtitle.
Yeah, I was very cross with Shobha on the title.
That's because he hasn't got memoirs. Now here you hear the siblings and their banter.
The subtitle I gave her.
Yeah.
The title is hers.
Okay.
No, ask the court. I thought one of you would come up.
No, well, it doesn't say as much as focus
So
on
I just
that.
wanted to ask.
So it's a good question. If you ask Mummy how you doing, she always says I've had good innings. It's something that if you ask my children, who've spent a lot of time with them, one of the things, if you ask them to quote, what does Mummy say? It's focus in life, I can do anything better, whatever you can do, I can do better, as well as good innings. So she
doesn't know anything of cricket.
She doesn't, he thinks it's unfair that I use the term, even though she didn't really know or understand or enjoy cricket. But it is quintessentially my mother. And there's a basketball reference. I'm sorry, my brain is a little fried and I can't remember it, but there's another wonderful sports metaphor that she uses, and it's there in the book, which, we hear in basketball all the time. I'm trying to remember what it
And she
is.
doesn't know anything about basketball.
She doesn't know anything about basketball either. So she's picked up some very wonderfully descriptive, colourful phrases just from the 6 newspapers that my father subscribed to every day. So good innings came from that. And
you
so,
gave the title and Dr. Shashi.
well, he says he remembers giving the subtitle. Maybe he did. I may have given him the title and said, you approve of it.
So if it's
Full credit. We're all huge fans of Shashi.
I said, this is a biography of a cricketer you're writing.
He did tell me, and I had to fight it, but it's good, because, usually if our big brother, Dada, tells you, no, you can't use that title. I said, I insist on using that title, and it's a perfect title.
He was vetoed, let's put it that way,
Yeah.
on this one. Yes.
Hi.